Well, good evening, everybody that's checking in. We're checking in early to get everybody ready to go. So in about 3 minutes, we're going to get started up. So I hope you're inside for the moment, cooling off from this hot weather today. Much needed warm weather without rain, but it is hot. Hello, Brother Adam. Brother Clint, checking in. Well, it's Brother Darian Coons. I've seen you numerous times this weekend. All right, Clint, be safe, and if you don't make it back, you can watch us on YouTube. Welcome, everybody. We're going to get ready here in just a couple. We got a couple minutes to go. We still got brothers checking in. I'm sure everybody's getting ready for the Pacers game and probably finishing up some yard work now that it's cooling down a little bit in the evening. Brother Frank, how are you? Monty checked in. Brother Buckhorn from Ireland. Looks like Brother Adam's en route to drop off a petition to somebody. That is exciting news from Warsaw Lodge. Hello, everybody in Warsaw. Good evening, Stan Frank. I hope you're doing well. Mark, good to see you. Brother Jim, it was good to see you today. Carlos Quintana, how are you, my friend? Brother Scott, I took about a 20-minute nap in the chair. Hello, Kevin. We're going to give it about 1 more minute, brothers. Hey, Brother Bill, the blacksmith, good to see you. Chris Smallwood. Brother Terrence from another Warsaw brother. All right. That is great. Well, brothers, let's get started. I know everybody's probably anxious to get to the Pacers game. I've got some charcoal briquettes on the outdoor grill warming up for some burgers and corn for me and my lovely wife, the First Lady of Indiana Freemasonry. So it has been an absolutely busy week this week, but it's been a phenomenal week for Indiana Freemasonry. On Monday night, I had the opportunity to go to the Murat Shrine stated meeting, invited by illustrious Sir Scott Roberts, the potentate, and we showed the When is a Man a Mason film to all the nobility. We passed out several cards, the Follow Me to Freemasonry cards and the Thank Those Who Serve cards, and we had a great time and a great meeting, and it's great that all of our appendant bodies and concordant bodies are working together, so I thank the potentate for inviting me and having a great time. Right after the stated meeting, I left a little bit early after the meeting. We traveled over to Frank's Land Lodge, myself and the Grand Marshal and it's Darian's Lodge, so we went over there for the lectures, and the brothers did a fine job on the lectures of the Master Mason degree, but most importantly, Darian can type in the brother's name, but a brother got up and did the second lecture of the Master Mason degree for the first time, and he did an absolutely phenomenal job. It's always, I remember my first time getting up and doing a lecture, and this young brother just did a phenomenal job, and I commend him and I commend the lodge for encouraging Masonic education and encouraging brothers to learn our ritual that is so important about what it is that we do as Masons. So I'm very proud of him, and we all know we have our first time, so don't be nervous. We've all been there. Get up and learn a lecture or a part of a lecture, and serve your lodge and help bring in new brothers into this great fraternity. On Tuesday, I took the day off, but there was a lot of Grand Lodge officers out and about, and a lot of other degree work going on. On Wednesday was my stated meeting at Temple Lodge 47. So I got to have a little cookout with my brothers at my lodge, which was great to catch up, and had some phenomenal education by past Master Craig Allison on the history of our lodge, Temple 47, which is very uniquely connected to DePaul University, which back in the early 1800s when our lodge was formed was Asbury College. And he brought out some really phenomenal information that at some point we'll talk about later, because it was a neat thing that they were trying to form a Masonic university all the way back in the early 1800s. So that was exciting. On Thursday, I went to the Johnson County Masonic Association's meeting, where we honored past master Brother David Deere and presented him a Lewis jewel. He has researched his family tree on both sides, and he has 9 generations. Let me repeat that, 9 generations of Masons, direct lineage in his family, and that's just amazing to me. I often see brothers with the long Lewis jewels, and I just think that's so amazing that we carry that tradition onward generation to generation. I myself have talked about, I didn't come from a Masonic family, but I've created one. My son, my brother, and my brother-in-law. And so if we don't have that legacy, we can create it, brothers. So it was great to be at the Johnson County Masonic Association. On Friday, we went to the Indiana Masonic Home and Compass Park and performed the groundbreaking ceremony for the Velma Wortman Memorial Chapel. And brothers, what an exciting time to break ground for this chapel, much needed chapel at the Masonic Home. The residents were excited, the staff was excited, all the visitors were excited, and especially the donors. We won't single out any one particular today, but everybody that has donated to build this wonderful chapel. I cannot wait until it's finished and we hold our first worship service there. And it will also be the home of Duval Lodge and of St. Luke Lodge and of the Eastern Star Chapter there at the Masonic Home. So it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful place to worship and to practice our ritual and to keep Freemasonry alive at the Masonic Home and in that area. So it was a great time. On Saturday, we went to Lyndhurst Lodge, which is on the west side of Indianapolis, and we had their 100th rededication. My brothers, I want to tell you, Lyndhurst Lodge knocked it out of the park. That lodge room was full of Masons from Lyndhurst Lodge, visitors, their ladies, wives, children, grandchildren. It was just a phenomenal time. The meal was superb, prepared by the master's wife and her volunteers. The Grand Lodge officers did a phenomenal job with the rededication. The Lodge officers did their parts flawlessly. It was just a wonderful, wonderful day. And they just did a fantastic job of getting the word out and getting people there to celebrate that 100th anniversary. After that, we traveled to St. John's Lodge, where we had the opportunity to install the officers of Schofield Lodge 1818 under dispensation. Traditionally, much like Bartimaeus Lodge, we do the installation at the new master of that particular under dispensation lodge's home lodge. So worshipful brother Dirk Rader, the co-chairman of PR and marketing, is the master this year of Schofield under dispensation, and we were able to install him as master and all of his officers, and they had a wonderful meal, and it was a great time working together to promote the birthplace of Indiana Freemasonry. It was just absolutely phenomenal. And I congratulate Dirk, and I congratulate the officers of Schofield Lodge under dispensation. Mark your calendars. October 5th will be the pilgrimage to Schofield House. You'll hear more about that later on. But just a great evening with those brothers. And then this morning, several of us from Indiana and a lot from southeastern Indiana traveled to New Salisbury, Indiana, to the Great Barron United Methodist Church, where we heard a wonderful sermon about St. John the Baptist from Brother Scott Hebbard of New Albany Lodge, and the ladies there at the church made a spectacular meal. We had great fellowship, a great worship service celebrating St. John the Baptist. So I thank Brother Scott and all the southeastern brothers, and I believe L.D. Coy from Mount Moriah Lodge in Anderson rode his motorcycle all the way down to join us at the church service. So it was absolutely great. And if you notice, there's a theme of great meals, great meals, great meals, and green beans 3 meals in a row. So of course I love green beans, so that was good. I've been trying to pass on the dessert because I don't want to gain the Grand Master 30. So we appreciate all the brothers and the ladies that pitch in to make these wonderful meals for us while we're out traveling around. Brothers, I mentioned about the Johnson County Masonic Association, and that's something I'd like to see build across the state. It's an association of all the lodges in Johnson County, and they meet on a regular basis. They have a meal, they have some Masonic education, but more importantly, they support each other in their ritual work and in other activities. They support all their fundraisers together, and it's just a great way to keep connected with the other Masons in your area, to get to know them, to share with them, to be of a support to them. And if you don't have a Masonic association in your county or in your area, and I know some of our counties only have one lodge in it, you can associate with counties around you. I would strongly encourage, if you're not doing that, there's several of them. I can't mention them all because I'll miss some and I don't want to do that, but there's several of them across the state. But I would encourage you to get with the lodges around you and create a Masonic association. Great way to get Masonic education, great way to just get to know the brothers around your community. When I talked about the Indiana Masonic Home, I had the opportunity after we did the groundbreaking to visit with Brother David. Brother David is a member of Jubilee Lodge, and he's been a resident of Masonic Home in the skilled nursing for, I think, about 12 years. And I learned about him and wanted to pay him a visit and get to know him, and had just an absolutely wonderful visit with Brother David, and learned a lot about him and about his life and his time he's spent there at the Masonic Home in the skilled nursing, and the wonderful care that he gets. And he talked about his nurses and the friendships that he has with the staff. And I want to tell you, I went there to cheer him up, and I'm going to be honest with you, he really cheered me up and gave me a new perspective of the importance of visiting and enjoying our residence at the Masonic Home. A lot of them are still mobile, independent living, assisted living, and then, of course, in the skilled nursing. Boy, if you get a chance, I would so strongly encourage you to visit the Masonic Home. You can contact Elaine, the chaplain, or give Mike Spencer, the director, a call. They can direct you to members that may specifically need a visit. I know some lodges have adopted members if they don't have residents of their own at the home. But it was just a blessing to visit with David. And this week we're going to send out an address and a list that you can send cards to. We do the holiday Christmas cards every year, and they're overwhelmed with the cards that they get. And in a conversation with Mike Spencer after the groundbreaking, he told me that the residents love to get mail. That they absolutely love to get mail. It makes them feel special. It makes them feel remembered. It makes them feel wanted. So you can do something as simply as going to the Dollar Tree, picking up a bunch of thinking of you cards, or just a simple card with a funny character on it, or a beautiful card with a landscape on it, and just write a simple note and say, we're thinking about you. We're just reaching out and hope that you're doing well, and want you to know that we share that brotherly love with you, and we're here for you if there's anything that you need. And please write your name on it so they know, in your lodge and lodge number, because they really like getting them from all over the state. So we'll get you some more information of that. I talked with the PR and marketing about doing that, and we'll get that out to you, because it's a very important mission and something easy to do. Stamps still aren't all that expensive. And please reach out to our residents at the Masonic Home. They're just absolutely wonderful. They're a blessing. Upcoming at the home is September 7th is the Home Festival. And we'll again have, it's a family event. We'll have the parade and the kids quad sponsored by Grand Lodge and by the Indiana Home Foundation. And we'll also be having a car show, $20 for the car show. And the residents love to see the cars. They love the parade. So more information will be coming out about that. But really, really encourage you to visit the Masonic Home. And on that note, real quick, I'm going to show you this ticket. This is a ticket for a free tour and a meal at the Indiana Masonic Home grounds. Brother Chad Davis would love to hear from you. His cell phone number is 317-736-6141, and we'll get that posted for you. He would love to treat your lodge to a meal and to a tour so you can see what our Masonic Home is doing. Hey, Brian, how are you? I see Alamo's in the house. That's great. But please take advantage of this. And also, if your lodge goes and visits, I think Columbia City is the next one on the list to go visit, you will get extra credit on your Grand Master's Award for going down and taking a tour and having a meal. I'm going to tell you again, the theme apparently today is food. The food at the Masonic Home is it's like being at home. It's just absolutely wonderful. So please take advantage of that. I'm going to get my lodge scheduled and go down there. So please take advantage of taking this tour with Brother Chad and seeing the wonderful facilities and everything that we provide for the residents and for this great facility that we have. One of the other things real quick I've done this week, we've appointed a new education committee, and one of the things I've tasked them with is to rebuild the Speakers Bureau that you see in our lodge and members portal, but isn't active. There's nothing in there. So it's not a very good Speakers Bureau when you don't have speakers. So what they're going to do is eventually, when they get organized, they will send out notifications if you do lodge talks on whatever subject, different subjects, Masonic education. Be creative and send them to them, and they will take a look at them and get you on the list so lodges can go and see brothers that go out and do speaking engagements, and give you the contact information so you can enhance your Masonic education. I'm very excited about this. I've been thinking about that for a long time, and I think that's the route I want the education committee to take this year. And just one thing real quick before I tell you go Pacers is, I want to remind one other thing. You see Sonic back here. He's been looking at me. My First Lady's pet project for the Masonic Home. So she was selling scarves to raise money to purchase those for residents of the Masonic Home, and she's already run out. So we're now selling some necklaces that are based on her lady's pin, which probably won't show up. It's a square and compass with the forget-me-not flowers on it, and we can debate till the cows come home about whether the forget-me-not is a Masonic flower or not, but it's allegorical, and I love it, and so does my wife. Square and compass and a little diamond in the middle. She gives these pins to the ladies as she's traveling, but she's made some necklaces out of them, and she is selling those for $20 to raise money to purchase dogs and cats for the Masonic Home. And real quick before we check out, brothers, I'm going a little bit over time. I want to remind you of the trowel. This is one of my souvenir trowels I picked up at a flea market, and I saw it and I just loved it. I'll say it's not the size of the trowel that matters, it's the brotherly love behind it. I picked for my Grand Master's picture, my official photo, the trowel as opposed to the gavel. Because I believe if we want to lead our lodges and we want to build this fraternity, we do it by spreading brotherly love. So my brothers, go out this week, spread that brotherly love to your brothers, to your neighbors, to your family, to your places of work. Have an absolutely wonderful week, and thank you so much for checking in. And as always, follow me to Freemasonry. And go Pacers. Let's see the Pacers bring home a championship. Everybody have a great night. Take care.